Hello students, Bindu Chaudhary is with you in your social science class and we are covering our past part 3rd and in this one we are covering today chapter 2nd. The name of the chapter is From Trade to Territory, as we are taking today part 4th, and in this part 4th we reach the company establishes power also. So what's the real need? The main reason why the East India Company people came here for trade purpose, but the trade purpose was not fulfilled by them because of many reasons, because the Rajas, the Talukdars and the other officials of our India were not totally cooperating for the development of trade in India. That's why they wanted to capture the territory part. That's why the company establishes power. So in today's part 4th we are covering the next part of our chapter, and in this one we are covering about Tipu Sultan, the tiger of Mysore. Yes, Tipu Sultan recognized as the tiger of Mysore, and in this one the company resorted to direct military confrontation when it saw a threat to its political or economic interest. See, what's the main reason the company resorted to direct military confrontation? What's the reason behind it? When it saw a threat of its political or economic interest. That's why they resorted to direct military confrontation. See, this one is the picture of Tipu Sultan, and when we are covering about Tipu Sultan, Mysore had grown in strength under the leadership of powerful rulers like Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali ruled from 1761 to 1782 on Mysore, and his famous son Tipu Sultan ruled from 1782 to 1799. तो यहाँ पे बच्चों एक चेन थी. फादर जो है, फादर का नाम है हैदर अली, और हैदर अली का जो टाइमिंग है वो है 1761 टू 1782, एंड आफ्टर हिम हु रूल्ड his famous son, namely Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan ruled over Mysore from 1782 to 1799. And what's the main concepts of ruling the Mysore by whom? By Tipu Sultan. See here. In 1785, Tipu Sultan stopped exports of sandalwood, pepper and cardamom through the ports of his kingdom and disallowed local merchants. For what reason? Disallowed local merchants from trading with the company. अब टीपू सुल्तान ने क्या किया? 1785 में टोटली स्टॉप कर दिया एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ व्हाट थिंग्स स्टूडेंट्स? एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सैंडलवुड एज वेल एज पीपर एंड कार्डमम. एंड व्हाट्स द मेन रीजन? ही स्टॉप्ड द पोर्ट्स ऑफ हिज किंगडम एंड totally disallowed local merchants also from the trading with the company, and many reasons, because the East India Company developed the trade here and Tipu Sultan not totally interested in that one. So he also established a close relationship with the French in India. Why? Many reasons were behind it, and modernized his army with their help. So what's the main role of French in India? The main role of the relationship with the French in India to modernize his army. Yes, Tipu Sultan modernized his own army with the help of the French peoples in India. 4 wars were fought with Mysore from 1767 to 1769. First one. The second from 1780 to 84, and the third one 1790 to 92, and in the last 1799. From these 4 wars, what happened? Yes, the main consequences from that one. First one, we attached you with this picture. See, this picture explains the Cornwallis receiving the sons of Tipu Sultan as hostages, and time to time these paintings were developed, were sketched by the people, and this painting was painted by Daniel Ohm in the year 1793. See, many times they had close relations, but when we are coming to the point of state, Mysore on that time, what's happened, students? Mysore was totally in custody of Tipu Sultan, and Tipu Sultan never wanted that company officials captured that one. But what's happened? Only in the last, the battle of Saringapattam, did the company ultimated win a victory. Yes, from the last victory of 1799, the battle of Saringapattam. And what's the result of this one? Company ultimately win a victory there. Tipu Sultan was killed डिफेंडिंग हिज कैपिटल सरिंगापट्टम. मैसूर की राजधानी क्या थी बच्चों? मैसूर की राजधानी थी सरिंगापट्टम. और सरिंगापट्टम में क्या हुआ? सरिंगापट्टम में ही वो डिफेंड करते हुए टीपू सुल्तान जो है वह मृत्यु को प्राप्त हो गए थे. See this one. What's this one? This one, टीपू's toy tiger is here. टीपू को किसकी संज्ञा दी गई थी? टाइगर की संज्ञा दी गई थी. Okay. See, war with the Marathas. We are covering here next subtopic here, war with the Marathas, and this one we cover from the late 18th century. The company also sought to curb and eventually destroy Maratha power. First of all, they captured Mysore, and after that what happened? They destroyed Maratha power eventually also. With their defeat in the third battle of Panipat in the year 1761, the Marathas' dream of ruling from Delhi was shattered. Yes, मराठा तो यह चाहते थे कि दिल्ली से उनका शासन शुरू होना चाहिए. इट मीन्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया वो चाहते थे रूल करना. बट व्हाट हैपेंड इन द ईयर 1761, द थर्ड बैटल ऑफ पानीपत, मराठास आल्सो लॉस्ट देयर पावर. ओके, they are divided into many states under different chiefs. Many reasons were behind this one. The first reason, what? Division into many states under different chiefs. First one, Sardars belonging to dynasties such as Sindhyas, Holkar, Gaikwad and भोंसले. हम भी कहते हैं ना बच्चों कि आप अगर मिल के नहीं रहोगे तो कोई ना कोई आपको नुकसान पहुंचाएगा. Same here, they divided into many states. Mahadji Sindhia and Nana Fadnis were two famous Maratha soldiers and statesmen of the late 18th century. When we are covering about the two main names of that time, so Mahadji Sindhia as well as Nana Fadnis was the name. Yes, these were the two names, two famous names of the Maratha soldiers. So one by one territories were captured by company officials. The second Anglo-Maratha war in the year 1803 to 1805 was fought on different fronts, resulting in the British gaining. British ने क्या gain कर लिया है बच्चों? British gaining Odisha and the territories north of the Yamuna river, including Agra and Delhi part. Okay. Finally, the third Anglo-Maratha war of 1817 to 1819 crushed Maratha power one by one, capturing the parts of India. Yes, captured the territories of India. British gained not only Odisha as well as Agra, Delhi. So, with this one, what's the main result came on that time? Totally crushed the Maratha powers. By whom? By the British officials, company officials. The Peshwa was removed and sent away to Bithur near कानपुर विद द पेंशन. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है बच्चों? जो पेशवा है उनको बिल्कुल टोटली बिठूर से दूर भेज दिया गया कानपुर, और वहाँ पे उनको एक निश्चित पेंशन के रूप में अमाउंट दिया जाने लग गया था। The company now had complete control over the territories south of the Vindhyas। अब कंपनी की जब हम बात करते हैं बच्चों, सो कंपनी होल्ड्स टोटल कंप्लीट कंट्रोल ओवर द टेरिटरी साउथ ऑफ द विंध्यास। विंध्यास के साउथ का सारा पार्ट जो है वो कंपनी के अंडर में आ गया था। When we are covering about the claim to paramount, what's this one? What's the main role here this, and what's the main thinking of paramountcy? We will read here. It is clear from the above that from the early 19th century the company pursued an aggressive policy of territorial expansion। कंपनी का मेन एम ही क्या हो गया था बच्चों? टेरिटोरियल एक्सपेंशन। एंड द मेन रोल इन दिस वन was of whom? Was of Lord Hastings there. Okay, see, under Lord Hastings, Governor General from 1813 to 1823, a new policy of paramountcy was initiated. So, what's the main role of this one? When we are covering about the Lord Hastings' role in making new policy of paramountcy, now the company claimed that its authority was paramount or supreme. Okay, what's the real meaning? Paramount or supreme power. Hence, its power was greater than that of Indian states. अब हम क्या देखते हैं, लॉर्ड हेस्टिंग्स के टाइम में क्या हुआ? Governor General from 1813 to 1823. On that time, what happened? Totally paramount or supreme power held by company, and company declared that their power was greater than that of Indian states. और यहाँ पे हम बच्चों क्या देखते हैं? One by one territories were captured by these officials. This view continued to guide later British policies as well. Yes, one by one all the policies of these Britishers totally helped in capturing the territorial parts of India. For example, when the British tried to annex the small state of Kittur in Karnataka today, okay, Rani Chennamma took to arms and led an anti-British resistance movement. Not only men fought there, ladies also fought and started anti-British resistance movement. See, when we are talking about Rani Chennamma, a statue of the Queen of Kittur, Karnataka. At present, Kittur is in Karnataka. Okay, so this statue is still there. And when we are talking about Rani Chennamma and others, was arrested in 1824 and died in prison in the year 1829. But Rayana was whom, students? A poor chowkidar of Sangoli in Kittur, carried on the resistance. With popular support, he destroyed many British camps and records. So, not only kings and queens, but also chowkidars, namely Rayana, they also totally against the Britishers, and he destroyed many British camps and records also on that time, because he also favored the rules of the Rani Chennamma. He was caught and hanged by the Britishers in the year 1830. But all times were not same with Rayana also, and Rayana caught and hanged by Britishers in the year 1830. In the late 1830s, the East India Company became worried about Russia. अब इंडिया को तो कैप्चर कर ही रहे थे, बट हम क्या देखते हैं 1830s में ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी totally worried about Russia. So what happened to Russia? On that time, what's the consequences were going on in Russia? We will continue here. It imagined that Russia might expand across Asia and enter India from the northwest. So the main terror in the mind of the British officials was that Russia might expand across Asia and enter to India. What's the way? The way was northwest. Okay. So they fought a prolonged war with Afghanistan between 1838 and 1842 and established indirect company rule there. When we are talking about the rules, indirect company rules in Afghanistan and others, see, Sindh was taken over in the year 1843. One by one, British officials captured the parts. Okay. Next in line was Punjab. But the presence of Maharaja Ranjit Singh held back the company. It's okay. Many parts, many territories were captured by British officials, but not Punjab, because in Punjab Maharaja Ranjit Singh was there and he held back the company from Punjab on that time. But what's happened to the next? See, this one is the picture of Maharaja Ranjit Singh holding court there, and in that court he discussed many issues with the courtiers. After his death in 1839, two prolonged wars were fought with Sikh kingdom, and ultimately what's the result of these wars with Sikh kingdom? See, ultimately in year 1849, Punjab was also annexed by British officials, and the consequences not only end there. See, the doctrine of lapse, our subtopic is here, and with this subtopic all other territorial parts captured by the East India officials people. Okay, see, the final wave of annexations occurred under Lord Dalhousie. Who was Lord Dalhousie, students? Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General from 1848 to 1856. He devised a policy that came to be known as the doctrine of lapse. See, this one is the picture of a Veer Surendra Sai. What's the role of this Surendra Sai? Important role in India and important role in fighting with the British officials. Okay. When we are discussing about doctrine of lapse here, the doctrine declared that if an Indian ruler died without a male heir, see, if an Indian ruler died without a male heir, his kingdom would lapse. That is become पार्ट ऑफ कंपनी टेरिटरी. डॉक्ट्राइन ऑफ लैप्स में क्या कहा गया बच्चों? इसमें टोटली कहा गया कि किसी भी भारतीय राजा की मृत्यु हो जाती है और उनके पीछे कोई भी पुरुष जो है उनका उत्तराधिकारी पुत्र नहीं होता है, ऑन दैट कंडीशन व्हाट हैपेंड? ऑन दैट कंडीशन दैट किंगडम वुड लैप्स एंड बिकेम part of company territory. Okay, with Rani Lakshmi Bai and others, they fought for this one. One kingdom after another was annexed simply by applying this doctrine of lapse policy. First of all, Satara, yes, Satara in the year 1848, Sambalpur in the year 1850. Okay, and when we are talking about Rajasthan, Udaipur in the year 1852 was annexed under the policy of doctrine of lapse. Nagpur in the year 1853 and Jhansi so on in the year 1854. So one by one all these territorial parts were captured by British officials under the policy of doctrine of lapse. Finally, when we are coming to the point, in the year 1856, the company also took over Awadh. So one by one they captured here. When we are talking about Satara, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Nagpur, Jhansi and Awadh also. Okay, so one by one under the policy of doctrine of lapse, of Lord Dalhousie, all these territorial parts were captured by East India officials. This time British had an added argument. What's the argument, students? They said they were obliged by duty to take over Awadh in order to free the people from the misgovernment of the नवाब. यहाँ पे जब उन्होंने अवध को कैप्चर किया था तो जो ब्रिटिशर्स उन्होंने क्या कहा? We were obliged by duty. And what's the main thing here? They gave an argument that misgovernment of the Nawab. That's why they captured Nawab's Awadh. Okay. So, enraged by the humiliating way in which Nawab was deposed, the people of Awadh joined the Great Revolt that broke out in 1857. खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वह तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. जी हाँ, ऐसी ही कुछ पंक्तियां थी जो हम आज दिन तक गुनगुनाते हैं. और यह जो 1857 का रिवोल्ट है, यह नहीं सिर्फ झांसी में था बल्कि अवध के जो पीपल हैं उन्होंने भी इस रिवोल्ट को ज्वाइन किया था. मेन रीज़न by the side of the people of Awadh that why our Awadh was captured by British officials. See, these are the maps. One by one we are taking here. The first one, yellow part covers the areas under British rule. Only these some parts were covered by British and other areas not under the British rule. But later on what happened, students? Later on many other parts were also captured by these British officials. And when we are coming to the last point, what happened, students? See, this one is the scenario, and this scenario covers that most of the parts of Lahore, Delhi, and here Lucknow, Banaras, Calcutta, Bombay, Goa, and other parts also captured by whom? Captured by British officials. And one by one Indian territorial parts were captured by Britishers not only for trade purpose but to establish their own power. So, we will continue our this chapter reading session in our next part. Stay with us. Have a nice day.